Hello. Hey, Charlie. Hi, America.
Good evening.
So the patients at the asylum are running the asylum today.
I don't know about the patient. The patient is absent. The doctor is in. I'm personally in. I got my PhD. And you know how I earned my PhD, correct, don't you?
Yeah, that's your player-hating degree. I got it.
I certainly did. I prayed for 10 weeks straight every morning. And now, that's right, PhD, pray hard daily, every day.
Got it.
So it's good to see you. How's things going in Texas?
It is hot as Hades, Jesus. God, the feels like temp over here. They
really?
Man, I swear. They said the feels like temp today is 106.
And matter of fact, did you see Julius out in the cotton field picking cotton or something?
Well,
because that's where he should be. I heard he a little late today. What seemed to be the problem?
Well, I don't know. He's snooping around City Hall. That's what I heard.
No. He told me, I think early, he got a mentoring program. They asked him to come over and speak to them, and he'll be about 15, 20 minutes a little late for the show.
Somebody wanted him to mentor somebody?
Yeah, well, he does mentor several youth. He does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. They must be desperate. It's desperate times.
Well, although I do put him down a lot when we're on the show, but he got a pretty good attitude about trying to do things like that. So I give him an A+ for that.
I need to send Chris to his mentoring program. I'm gonna send Chris all the way over there.
How old's Chris now in the first place?
Chris is 16.
Oh,
and I promise you, He is so lazy. Why are the new kids so lazy? And why do you have to tell them everything? Like step by step by step. And if you don't tell them, if you miss a step, like if you say, take out the garbage and take it all the way down the steps and put it in the trash. If you miss a step, they're not going to do it. Okay?
Okay.
So just understand that if you have any children born in the 2000s, you know, you got to tell them everything step by step. I'm exhausted from talking.
I think, you know, I don't really have any very young children anymore. They're grown, but they're still my children. And I think what it is, you know, we're in the world of social media. They're on the computer. They don't go outside and a lot of physical stuff outside anymore. I think, you know, I'm a little bit concerned. I know the world will be run by those guys in the future, next, 30, 40 years. But I'm so concerned. They got to get some physical stuff somewhere. I don't know exactly what it's going to take.
And they need critical thinking skills, you know.
Yeah, well, I have people say that. What you mean by critical thinking skills? I often have people say that.
Because the new kids, they can't think, they can't look at something and you tell them, okay, figure out your way. They could never do an escape room, or you could never give them a problem and say, okay, I want you to solve this problem, on the job, because they just be still sitting there 7 hours later. They'd be sitting there with the damn paper 7 hours later, like.
You're funny. So you telling me if they go camping some way, they'll be looking for a Burger King or McDonald's?
Boy, they would be lost as hell because they are hungry. They would be hungry because they don't know. They don't know. And it's sad. It is really, really sad. So, I'm just praying.
Yeah, well, you got Chris for, again, you got him for, life, but you got him, at least for another, I want to say another 4 years or 5 years. If he decided to go to college or whatever he decided to do, you have to still keep an eye on him. So, happy trails to you, my friend.
Yeah. I already told him, don't tell nobody I was your parent for at least 2 years after I damn die. But we're going to go ahead and get on into the show.
Yeah, tell me. I think we got an interesting show tonight. I noticed the agenda. We're going to change it around just a little bit. You and I discussed about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with Dr. Torre, correct?
Yes. So first of all, we are giving big shout outs, and we're going to discuss this. We're giving big shout outs to Dr. Torre because he just announced that he is running for school board president.
He made an announcement? He made an announcement somewhere? Or I thought it was a rumor. I've heard people talk, but did he say it and he made an announcement? Where did he make his announcement at?
Well, I don't know where he made his announcement. Must have made
someone know, put it up on the screen and let us know, because it's new to me.
Yeah, but he is a candidate now because I see that he is a candidate.
What did someone say? What did Dr. Bryan say?
Two males on the school board.
We had two black men on the school board.
Okay.
Oh, you saying that's what we got on the school board now, Dr. Bryan?
He has a special announcement on Tuesday. So tune in Tuesday, he's saying. So Dr. Torre, he comes with excellent credentials.
What kind of doctor degree does he have?
He's a PhD.
Yeah, I mean, and PhD in what? Education?
Yes,
PhD in
exactly.
education? I
Exactly.
never knew that.
Yes.
You know
So
what I thought it was in? I guess history would be educated, right?
yes,
If you was
yes,
in
yes,
history.
yes. So
Yeah.
it, yeah, but so he comes with that background, but I'm almost thinking that that being the school board president is so political, you know. What hey, Mr. Hall, how'd you get there so quick?
I didn't mean for them to put me in already. I could put myself in.
Oh, great white-haired one. I'm glad you came probably to save this agenda.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
was,
so much.
I was over here talking, and then next thing you know, I look up, I'm on the screen.
But you can mute yourself. We talking, but
No, he don't have to mute himself. I need to ask him a question.
Oh Lord.
So Dr. Torre made an announcement on one of the shows on Tuesday.
On Alicia Miller Blake? I don't know. No, he didn't make no announcement. We just it was just posted. You can ask him right now. You're probably watching. Ask him to come on and make his announcement right now if you want.
well,
okay.
I feel like
what make you?
I feel like first of all, the school board president it's so political. It's more political than credentials, because even though Dr. Torre, he has the credentials to run anything, any type of leadership position. He has the credentials to do.
I don't think so. You mean me? Me personally. You're entitled to your opinion.
First of all, stop being a hater. Stop being a hater.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm not being a hater. I'm just saying I don't think he had the credentials to just run anything. He couldn't be a head of the mechanic union, and that might require a certain skill.
You know what?
Or something like that. When you use the broad word anything, y'all black people like to have this double standard stuff. Sure, he'll be perfect as maybe the school board president, but anything, hell, if he black and he got a PhD by his name,
does he qualify to be your husband? Does he qualify to be your husband?
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's what she's
go ahead and go with this agenda.
That's what maybe she's trying to bargain.
No, they're going smart guy right there. That's a doctor. The doctor right there said.
Just because they're a doctor, that don't mean just because they're wait. Just because you're a PhD or a doctor, that don't mean you know how to fix a car. Don't make you an electrician. Don't make you.
But I'm saying,
Bob.
But I said leadership. I said leadership.
Oh, but you know what?
I didn't say leadership.
Yes, I did.
I got a great candidate for the 5th if he'd run.
Who will be 5th?
For the 5th, because I don't know whether Ms. Hines is running again or not.
She shouldn't. She ain't done shit.
She said she's not running. You don't have
good.
Julia, who you say will be a good candidate?
Tell us.
Dr. Brian. I just pop him up there.
Oh, you say Dr. Brian. I didn't hear you say Dr. Brian because Sandra was too busy trying to catch her husband on the podcast.
No, I was not.
She's trying to catch Dr. Brian.
I was just saying that he would be good in leadership. But I was also saying that the school board president is so political, though. And that's the reason why they brought Miss Joe Buck out of retirement.
Oh, well, Sandra, what do you want? It's going to always be political. Every position of authority is going to be political. All positions of authority is political. You just got to know how to play the politics and do what's right for the people. That's all it is.
But you know what? I'm just going to be pissed off because I know that the powers that be they know that they can't control Dr. Torre.
Oh yes.
You know,
so they won't invite them to everything.
Well,
yeah.
That's all it is.
They know that they can't. And who ran against Dr. Torre? Miss what's her name? Miss shit.
I don't know. I didn't know somebody ran. I didn't know he ran for office.
Miss Betty Morgan ran against Dr. Torre because Dr. Mr. Buck.
Oh, okay, Dr. Joe Buck, yeah.
And they had bought him out of retirement in order to run in the first place.
But Sandra, it seems like Betty Morgan was it almost seems like, I didn't say it, but that's what's a good word for it, because she did not come back out after the runoff. She didn't come to do anything, absolutely nothing, no appearances, no nothing. The woman did nothing at all.
She ran a good campaign up to that point, had some good sound bites and a lot of good stuff. And then all of a sudden, when it got down to her and Dr. Buck or whatever, I don't know what happened. It was like,
I
don't know what's going on. And you did not say, you think you said, wait a minute now. You said he can, can run anything. You did not say leadership.
Yes, now, I did.
Okay, I'm not going to argue the point, but I'm agree with you on about leadership. But that ain't what you say, but that's okay. Because if you say something, what I'm saying, if you to say that,
when you run this tape back, you can apologize to me later. When you run the tape back,
as one of the viewing audience, you just say he'll be perfect. He can run anything. That's what you say. That's what you said. One of the Dr. Brian is watching. He'll tell you that exactly what you said. That's what made me say he can't run anything.
Well, I know that meant to do was on my page.
But
it's good that he is stepping up. Decided he is from Savannah. He been around. He understand what it might take. He understand politics. She said leadership. Okay, then I'm gonna have to yield the flow.
Thank you, Sherelle.
All right.
Dr. Torre is well-rounded in all aspects of the political arena. If I can run for mayor, he damn sure can run for school board president.
Yes.
I think I think that'll suit him well in his area of expertise, because he teaches at he was an instructor at Savannah State University, and now he's at Georgia Southern on Armstrong campus. So he's an educator, and Joe Buck as well come from Armstrong.
And Ramona said we need a school board that will make sound decisions for our children. And I think that we put the right men on that board. Especially if we can put Dr. Bryant, Dr. Robert Bryant, in the fifth, and we can put Dr. Torre as the school board president. I think that that we need that strong male presence. That's one of the things that we haven't had in leadership in this city in a while. The men have not even been leaders.
Yeah. Well, the leaders haven't even been leaders.
Yeah, so we need strong Black leadership.
Yeah. The Black leaders haven't even been leaders.
Yeah, but we need.
So continue.
Yeah. Okay. But let me finish.
Go ahead, sir.
These kids need to see some people that they can look up to and idolize. Some real mentors.
Yes.
Dr. Bryant and Dr. Torre would be two of those people that could interject that type of presence, um, and so these kids can have something to look up to.
Yes.
But we need more guys like Walter C. Brooks, that was a real man in the principal positions, doing those type things that those kids, we had we were scared of Coach Turner when I was in school. We were scared of Roger B. Jones when I was our principal when I was in school. You got to have somebody that these kids fear. They don't fear a lot of people. And if you have somebody that they fear, then they might not go down those wrong roads, and we might can save some of these kids. So I put Dr. Bryant in the consideration for the 5th district right now. I hope he accepts. Let us know whether you accept, sir.
But at the same time, you still need the parent to step up and help, because it all began at home too.
Exactly.
At the same time, to help and to help them, to show and demonstrate this is what it's going to be and how the leadership going to be. So we can't just leave it to them because they're the black. It will give them something to look up to.
Right.
But it began at home. You got to let the young people know exactly what they need to do and try to prepare them. And when they go out into the world, they can look up to Dr. Bryant, Dr. Torre, and that will set a tone for the whole community.
Yeah, we got other people there. You got, and what it looks like, even when you go, and I heard that, I don't know whether the good sister Connie Hall is running again, but we if she isn't, then we fill that position. You got for the young females to look up to. You got Dr. Tanya Howard Hall. You got Dr. Deion Hoskins. You got people that they can look up to, and I ain't just talking about. As far as it being anything about race, and but the thing is, we are the ones that are lagging behind, and we are the ones that need a little lifting up. They need something to inspire them, and this will help.
Well, let me ask a question: if he runs and if he wins, won't he be the first African American president?
No.
No, who was the first? I mean, who's been?
Let's see.
I missed it.
What, Miss Edwards won one time?
And they move up to superintendent. Yeah. I think that Julius, she might be right. I thought Miss Virginia Edwards was school board president for a while.
Who?
I think you might be. Julius, Sonia might be. She might be right.
I can't remember what Otis Johnson is. Mr. Adams.
Otis Johnson wasn't.
Otis Johnson wasn't.
He was a second.
And Floyd Adams wasn't either.
I think she would be the first.
Y'all might want to research this, because I think that he'll be a trailblazer in this.
I think he will.
My honey is going to be a trailblazer.
Now you got that juice in you. You calling in your honey. Come on here, Dr. Torre.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she might be right. To my knowledge, I can't think of not one person, because Dr. Otis Johnson actually represent Dr.
Henderson.
No, he was a school superintendent. He wasn't the school board president.
Right. We're talking about the school board president.
Yeah. The ones I can remember is Hugh Golson. I can't think of one.
Look up on the board, Dr. Hall. Please look up on the board, because they should have all the president pictures. See if you see a black one.
I don't think so.
They have pictures of all of the past presidents.
Oh yeah, but I'm not in anywhere.
No, I'm talking about your wife. Tell your wife to look up on the board. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it probably was a sea of white, so she probably didn't notice that black person.
Yeah.
That one is going to pop out. at her.
Well, you know the importance of the school board president is because that individual sort of mandate an agenda for the rest of the board to go along with, and they instruct the superintendent how certain things should be done.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's up to the superintendent and Levette to come up with a solid curriculum to move Chatham County forward. That's her job, what they're paying her for, to run the schools and all the principals. But their job is to make sure they're her supervisor. That's who they are.
Yeah.
They don't work for the superintendent. Superintendent work for the school board president and individual.
Let me ask y'all something.
Divvy out all of those contracts.
You trying to talk?
Let me ask y'all something. What y'all started at the bottom of the agenda?
Yes, because we were waiting for you.
Well, the reason why, Julie, is she don't know enough about the top of the agenda, and I don't know enough about it either, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So,
because I wanted to hear something, but we're going to get there because I want to hear something.
Okay, so we finished with the last thing on the agenda because that was the last thing, and we want.
But I tell you what's interesting about that. That is very important, and that should have been very well first because that's a good announcement. We need to get behind him if this is going to be our candidate of choice to help get him ready to run that school board.
Yes,
you know.
Well, he has something that a lot of candidates don't have when they first jump into a race. He has a solid base that's behind him.
Oh, no, he don't. He got something that's better than that. You know what he got? Run, go tell that.
Yeah. Run, tell that.
Hey, Dr. Brian says student success first. You still didn't answer the question. We asked whether you accept our nomination for you for the field. Answer that one.
All right, y'all. So
we're gonna start out on
moving forward. Since
Dr. Brian, Sonia, Dr. Brian mother was my fourth grade teacher, and his father was my scoutmaster over at Asbury Methodist Church.
Wow.
47.
So they about 102 now? What?
I don't know how old they are, but she was my fourth grade teacher.
Wow.
And his father was my scoutmaster.
Wow. That's cool.
I'm serious. Yeah.
Well, I know you're serious, but I'm just saying, how old would that make them since you're like 89?
Well, both of them are still around, too. Both of them are still around. He takes care of his parents.
That's cool.
You know what's interesting?
I'm proud of you, Dr. Bryant.
You know what's interesting? During my campaign days, I was on the campaign trail out in Liberty City. And they
live out in Liberty City?
Yeah. At that time, during the campaign trail, they used to come up to me and they remember, both remember.
That's cool. That is so cool.
Wow, congratulations.
What is Tuesday? What you put up there Tuesday?
He's making a big announcement. He was telling you.
Oh, okay.
He's making a big announcement on Tuesday.
Awesome.
Yes, about the school board.
And Julie, let me say this to Dr. Brian. I want to thank him for his mom and dad because his dad taught me a lot about manners and stuff like that. And his mama was one of the best teachers I had. And she was my fourth grade teacher. And I really appreciate Miss Bryant. The prettiest teacher I ever had, too.
His mama did a successful thing, but his daddy
did not. I was about to say that.
If he taught you manners, his daddy didn't do too well.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. All my honor, I'll do my best to be a Boy Scout.
Whatever. You failed on that shit. But anyway.
Has there ever been 2 black males on the school board? Was Floyd and Otis on there at the same time?
I don't know about that, but Daniel.
They were not.
Daniel Washington was on the school board, but I don't know about 2 at the same time.
There has not been, Dr. Bryant, there has not been 2 on there at the same time.
That boy named one Washington, wasn't it?
Daniel Washington was on there.
Oh, okay.
That's many years ago.
It almost seems like they have some type of quota as to how many they let on at one time.
Well, that's our fault. We let them give us a quota. All we got to do is go out and vote and put the right people in office. That's our fault for letting them decide what happens. See, even with the at-large positions that we took over in the city, has never been in that post 2, I believe, with election. Never been a black person in that position. Yeah, you know, but we went out and voted. You know, and you can vote, you can change things.
Yeah, and I'll go back to the fact that I'm very disappointed that Mayor Van Johnson has muted both. I mean, even though Carol Bell didn't do anything in her at-large position but kissed the foot of Eddie Deloach. However, and still my Summer 500 program that I wrote for her. However, I'll digress. But I'm very disappointed that Mayor Van Johnson has muted both of those women, fine women, you know, bright women, you know, even though Alicia can be kind of, you know, militant, but she is still for the damn people, for real, on that aspect. But let's go to item January 6th, y'all.
You going up the damn agenda?
Huh?
You going up the agenda?
Yes, we're going up the agenda.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Can we go up the agenda, sir?
Do whatever you want.
Evidently, evidently you in charge tonight.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown gave me the rule. Whenever you late, you don't say a damn thing.
Well, I agree.
You know, well, I think that this is very important. You know, that's why I added it to the agenda. You know, and so how did y'all feel about this yesterday? I mean, because I cried out for those officers.
Well, I'm gonna give you my opinion. I don't know, and I don't normally curse, and that's not too bad. I don't know what the hell McCarthy want, because you know they're asking them all a pertinent question, and these guys are not getting no loaded question. These guys are telling the truth, and the Republican sucks. And the ones who fall in that crap is wrong. They are wrong the way they are treating America.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not good at all.
Because, well, even though the 2 Republicans are getting, you know, that's on this committee, are getting flack right now. I think that, you know, they are, you know, I'm very proud of them for even stepping up to do it, you know. But as far as the police's experience, those new videos, did y'all see the new videos? Did y'all look at that? I watched the whole thing yesterday.
Not good.
I watched the whole thing. That was horrible. And if we can talk about, what is that, Julius? You've been a police officer, the fraternal
police, FOP.
Man, when that police officer blasted the fraternal office order of police. Last night on CNN, but the president was on CNN today. He was on CNN today, sidestepping questions. It was bullshit. It was straight bullshit, because it turns out that a lot of Republicans back the fraternal order of police, and so they don't want to talk against him. They don't want to talk against, the Republicans.
Yeah, my excuse me. My assessment was the Republicans, McCarthy, he's their House leader, whoever he is. He is saying it was not as bad as, and that's a lie. Why is he doing what he's doing? Julie, I've never seen no one not owning up to the truth, and it's right there. I mean, they're filming it. It can't go wrong. These police officers saying that we were seconds away from our lives, and what are you saying to us? And he's making, he's making fun at the.
I tell you what, if it was that fun, all they got to do is ask him one question. Then, if they were there for a tour, like one of the representatives said, if they were
from
there,
Georgia,
if they were there to just have fun and tour the Capitol, they weren't there to do any harm, then he should be bringing that officer that shot and killed that woman up on charges, shouldn't he?
That
correct. Officer is the only one that did his damn job that day.
Yeah,
the only one.
Well,
you don't want to see people die, but still, he was the only one who did his job. If they'd have shot some more of them, they would have been turning around, going back out the door.
He asked them to stop, and they kept coming, and he did it to save the Congress people's lives in that room. That's why.
Yeah, and you know what? They had balls to do what they did because they felt like Trump sent them there, and they felt like their white privilege would allow them to do whatever they wanted to do. They doo-dooed on the floor. They pissed everywhere. They trashed the place. And these idiot Republicans are saying that they did nothing wrong. And Trump was there egging them on. Trump ass should be in jail. Son, that's what you cuss. You cuss when you really emotional, not just when you feel like cussing, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take your lead, sir. But you're so right, because when Officer Harry Dunn said that somebody hired, the hitman hires, and when a hitman hires somebody, that person and the hitman goes to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree.
He's an accomplice.
So he said, we need to find out who the hitman was.
Right.
Well, we already know who the but there were several hitmen.
Yeah, but the main hitman, those people said, our president's son is here.
That's correct.
He started the buses. He organized the people at Publix and Home Depot and Clarence Thomas' wife and all them to pay for those buses.
Yes.
Those were the other hitmen and hitwomen who paid for those people to come up there. They all have some culpability in this.
Yes. And those police officers should be suing all of their asses. They should be suing them for damages, because these people, these officers, some of them suffered, some of them suffered mental damages, but some of them suffered physical damages that will never be erased. Yes. So they need to be not only suing them, but they need to be in jail.
You know,
right alongside.
The Congress guy from Georgia, his name's not that important because I don't even remember it. I don't care. He said it was no more than a casual stroll on a tour at the Capitol. Now, either I'm losing my mind completely. What was he looking at, or what was he smoking?
He was smoking something. He must have been drinking some sherm.
You do know who I'm talking about. This guy in Georgia, this congressman in Georgia, said it was not but a casual tour guide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really hurtful how everybody is doing those police officers, even downgrading that police officer that died. They downgraded his death because he was murdered. He was murdered. The day after the day after this, he would have been alive if that would have never happened. But they said that, he died of, what they say, Julius, of natural causes? Hell no.
The problem,
he did not die of natural causes.
Sandra, the problem we got in the racism continue into America is the Republicans. Perfect example of what's taking place. Don't put nothing on Joe Biden and the Democrats. The Republicans are promoting racism to the highest form. If anyone had my voice, if you're going to ever stop racism and the Confederate flag, that's what the Republicans are waving, saying that what we did that day, and I said we, was right to do on the Capitol because Donald Trump started spreading the big lie that he won the election, and that fueled the whole damn situation for them to be angry. That is wrong. Wrong.
Because
and white people, black people who sitting around buying into this, I don't care how good he made the economy, I don't care what he might have done, all that been undermined because he tried to destroy democracy. I'm sorry. I could never buy that from no one.
Yeah.
I don't care who they are. You can't sell me that. So they're looking at it, going in it with a very positive. Jim Jordan from Ohio, this man should be voted out of office. He's a disgrace.
But see, when people like him and what's that guy's name? Julius, that he's the congressman down in Georgia that used to own the pharmacy. What's his name? Buddy Carter.
Buddy Carter.
When they can see that this type of foolishness going on, and still,
Buddy Carter had a little bit of integrity, but he lost it all.
He lost it all.
I know for a fact. I went to a workshop he had for veterans at the VA, and I'm telling you, this man lost it all. He lost all credibility with me, and I will never honor him in nothing. I'll rather walk away and walk out. I'm sorry. I have no respect for him.
Hey, Dr. Brian.
Y'all trying to get me to spill my information before the announcement. Y'all ain't right.
Oh, we didn't know. We didn't know.
If anybody related to the Brian got my vote from Jump Street.
Look here, I just showed him that. He was just back there smiling, so I made sure he saw that.
He know Charlie Brown. He know I was.
He said you were quite the youth.
Yeah, well, that's me. You're right.
That man give me hell every day. I tell you one thing. I'll just tell you like this.
We're gonna let you talk in a minute, but your mom was my 4th grade teacher. I loved that woman, man. I really did. And I used to see them on the campaign trail.
Oh yeah.
Working for candidates and stuff. Yeah.
Their children me and my brother, we're a little bit different. We're not as we want compassionate.
All right.
I probably knocked on their door. I don't know if they voted for me because I wasn't an old black guy. But
thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate having you on the show.
Man, it's always good. It's always good being fellowship.
But Doc,
I'm Robert. Now I'm like Teray. We don't do titles now. I'm Robert.
But the person that's sitting in that seat right now, they never did anything. And like
you gonna quit off coming from my teacher.
Well, we gonna.
She was your teacher?
She was your teacher?
Yeah.
What she taught?
Yeah. She taught biology at Windsor Forest.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Miss Hines.
Oh,
that's right, because she is an educator. That's right.
Well, what did you learn? What did you learn?
Quit, Sandra. Quit.
He got his doctor, so he must be learned something.
Look, let's say
he didn't get his doctor's in damn biology.
Sandra,
there's only one scientist in this house, and that's Daddy. I'm more of a qualitative, so biology, chemistry, all that. That ain't my thing.
Sandra, we're gonna thank our old heads, our old leaders, for their service, especially when they're going out the door. We're not going to criticize them for their, especially when they're going out the door. Okay.
Is she going out the door for real? Yeah. Because I wanted her to go out two terms ago. But
I want to put this 2 cents in. The 5th district needs some new eyes on it. Yes. We need some new leadership. And what I've seen of this gentleman, Robert, I think he's a game changer. He brings something to the table. He's from Chatham County. He went to public school. He said he went to Windsor. He understands. Sandra.
I'm just saying. Windsor Forest is school too.
Let me tell you something. No, let me tell you. They used to bus us from Liberty City to Largo.
I know.
And then we go to Duran, and then we go back to Windsor. That's all a part of that integration program. Huh? Yeah, I went
to Duran. Oh,
that made no sense to me.
Come on, hugs.
That made no sense.
That didn't make no sense, man.
Well, and I think now Liberty City kids, they go over to Beach High School.
Man.
Okay.
Which is why that's so important to me. A lot of people don't know this, but Mr. Moe, Richard Moe, a lot of y'all know him as Chief. As our next door neighbor, was a huge part of my life. But to be able to I'm talking too much. To be able to take that and care for it is would be very special. So
where you live on? You live on Vassar?
Yeah, Moraine on Vassar.
Look at that.
Yeah, because they live right next door. My cousin lived right next door to them.
Who's that?
The Garys.
Okay.
Yeah.
You live
right next door.
Okay.
Wow. Boy, when you from Liberty City, you from Liberty City for real.
Yeah.
No, he been born and raised in that Liberty City because I know the Bryant's been living over there. It must be 50 years. Got to be when they had dirt roads.
Oh yeah, I remember dirt roads. As a matter of fact, let me step back. His brother, Crawford Bryant, was one of the first black males to integrate the school board, not the school board, but the actual. I think he was an associate superintendent at one time. One of the first blacks to integrate the administration down there.
Okay.
And so
cool.
You know, we ain't scared of nothing.
Okay. Well, we need you to go in there and really advocate because Duran has really sunken.
Well, are they building a new school for Duran?
Yeah, that school is beautiful. The new one is.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful school. It can be a beautiful school, but when
I think the overall issue
the
with Chatham County, the overall problem with Chatham, the overall problem across the board with Chatham County Public Schools is consistency and accountability. And when you have those issues, we've lost sight of student success, student learning, and student progress. And we've got to get back on track with that. If we don't, there's a formula on the Republican side to privatize these schools so that they continue their pipeline to prisons. Because guess what? They want to privatize the prisons. And if people don't realize that, then they're crazy.
Exactly. And that is what Durin is. Durin Middle School, Beach High School, even damn Hodge. You know, even Hodge.
Well, all the schools can't be perfect, so we got to bring them all up. They all can't be perfect. One of your constituents said, well, I would definitely be listening as a 5th district constituent. That's Terry Mobley. So, Terry, we need you to get on board with this young man. This man here got the credentials. We're going to make sure that we get him in there so we can have some, we'll get Dr. Levette some help down there.
Yeah, and I think she's doing a beautiful job.
And Dr. Hall.
She is. She's doing a good job.
Can't wait to hear your platform.
And Julian.
Look, let me throw this plug in. At least these will be two. Tori and I will be 2 alphas that show you how to do some work.
Yeah.
That was a shout out. I'm gonna leave that alone.
And Julius, you be sure to tell him Charlie Brown believe in this gentleman Robert, and I definitely make sure I come out and campaign for this gentleman.
Look, I got to worry about no endorsement. No way, I didn't get one last year.
No, we did work with you. You just didn't know.
What did you?
I'm being built on Augusta.
What did you run for last year,
Dr. 21?
Rob, what you run for last year?
Public Service Commission.
Oh, Sean, I know you ain't been on no rock now.
Well, I've been over here working at NASA over here in Houston.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say you probably heard Daniel Blackman's name before you heard mine, but Daniel Blackman and I were 2 peas in a pod, running for PSC, Public Service Commission.
And he had over 2 million votes. Didn't you have over 2 million votes?
Oh yeah, we landed with 2.2 million. We didn't make the runoff, but you know, we'll see what we cook up.
Who beat you, Bubba McDowell?
What's that man's name? He's down in Jason. I can't think of the.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
good gentleman, but you know, different politics.
But you still
Jason Shaw. Yes, sir.
You still put on the map for us because a lot of us never looked at Public Service Commissioner. You made it possible that you opened our eyes to that position.
Well, yeah. And the beautiful thing about it is having Daniel Blackman doing, you know, we got to a place where we were doing north-south, and I mean, you know, talking about a phenomenal gentleman. If y'all ever get a chance to meet and bring Daniel Blackman on, he's now doing some work with the Sierra Club. So,
well, see, you haven't been watching real good because Daniel Blackman, one of the first shows Daniel Blackman came on was this show.
Okay.
Back when he first got in, this was one of the first shows that he came on. Jay Jones brought him on.
Question back up.
Rebecca Rose said, "How do you feel about the K through 12 being built on Augusta?" It's really not a K through 12, Rebecca. It's 3 schools being built there. It's 3 different schools. They're just having all on the same campus, but it's 3 schools there. They all have their own identity
and they're gonna have all different lunches too.
That's right.
They will. That's what.
How close are they gonna be built to the homeless shelter?
You gonna answer that question, brother? How do you feel about the K through 12?
You know, I've seen that model in rural areas. Will that work in the city area? I would say this. I wouldn't be a fan of it, and the reason why is this. I believe that there's a place for your elementary schools to be located. And why y'all brought this? See, you never have a Q dog. I mean, this man here. This a no Omega Sci-Fi Zone. But anyway, that's why you can't hear me. I can dog on you all night. How you doing, Jay Jones? But anyway,
what's going on?
They were talking about Q dogs. I'm trying to calm down. But I'm gonna bring it to you
Who was talking about Q dogs?
Nobody. That's why you showing up.
You got to put your headphones on.
I tried to stop him.
Okay.
Brother. But you know, I'll bring you one of these tonight. You know, this black and gold shirt look real nice on you.
Oh Lord, the fraternity done took over.
But no, honestly, there's one thing about me is I've been in higher ed for years, and you want to have a safe, secure, focused learning environment. And when you start combining all of those things, I think you get away from that safe, secure learning environment. And so it remains to be seen how that will work. But I would suggest at least having some separation, so the elementary students can be themselves, the high school students can be themselves, so forth and so on.
That's correct.
I think as long as, because I've been in rural areas, as long as they have their own play areas, it works out well, But when you have them all in the same, like school,
it's going to be each one going to start different at different times, different lunches, different breaks. They will be completely different, but occasionally I guess they would commingle, every now and then run across each other, but I don't think it'll be enough. They don't go to no other school. They just go from elementary right into junior high into high school.
Let me give you a scenario. You have a scenario where a young student, a middle school kid, or an elementary school kid happens to wander off and wants to skip school. You have a high school kid in the vehicle racing, not paying attention, and hits that student. That's a risk. That's a high risk issue that can be avoided, that we've got to think about. And so those types of things is what I'm happy that we have people like myself and Teray going on the board. You got to think through those details. And as educators, you got to think about all aspects from, that might save money, but at what risk? And at the end of the day, one thing about me is this: we will never risk learning and students over some profit. I don't believe in that.
I'll agree with you on that part. Yes.
Well, Ms. Bryant says she can't. Ms. Mobley says she can't wait to hear your platform because she has some concerns. All right.
And one thing too, I would love to let people inbox me, share with me, contact me. I love to hear ideas, because one thing about me, like I did with the Public Service Commission races, that I'm open to listening. Some of the ideas I share are rooted in being an educator in higher education for 20 years. But, there's some things that I love to listen to the constituents, more so parents, because at the end of the day, this is a parent thing. Our parents are equally important in this process, just as much as the learners. So I think it's important to listen to the constituents whenever you're, in these processes.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all done scared Jay Jones off. Whole thing. I won't bring the alpha shirt, man. Okay, come on back. What's going on, brother?
You know what?
Yeah, get rid of his video.
Yeah.
Jay, what would you do if Johannes came on with an alpha or kappa shirt? How would you respond? That's why you can't talk now. Thank you, Lord.
You muted some kind of way.
Who got him muted?
You really muted.
That means that whatever he has to say is not even important. It's not even important.
Look at it.
Those cues, they don't have.
No, they say the Qs never had that much intelligence,
No, they don't. Unmute.
They couldn't screw in the right button.
I'm gonna get my kicks in while I can.
You hear me now? Charlie Brown, they don't see Jimmy J down there, name down there. They forgot this Jimmy J. They forgot this Jimmy J.
Jimmy J. They just don't know what's coming now.
God, it was Jimmy J.
Robert. Hey, Robert, that's Jimmy J, brother.
They forgot Jimmy J.
Nobody wants to see Jimmy J.
Nah, man. If he came home and he was Alpha, Kappa, Sigma, Iota, whatever he chose to do, long as he ain't no sorority, now we're gonna have a big problem. He come home. We have a super big problem about that. But if he came home, as another fraternity, as long as he paid for it, I can't be mad about
that. Yeah. Because my son, he wants to be a Kappa.
We praying for him.
Sorry.
I told him, said, you know those kids are under
woo, shut your mouth. and I didn't say that, y'all.
I said it. I know.
I didn't say it.
I said, be out, Chris.
Jay, one of the things we were speaking about
AKA, because that's why.
One of the things we were speaking about was the same school, like the one they're building at Groves, the elementary, middle, and high school. What's your thought on that?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My child told me these have a mic built in, so I'm not fond of the red colors, but I'll deal with what he give me. I think what it is it's got 2 points. It's a pro and con to it. I think the pro is if they're community schools, which you got to think about it, the direction this country is going, poverty is going to be increasing more and more and more. And what it does is it creates walkable environments where kids can walk into they can walk to the schools, be a part of the schools. And I think if we get the right elected officials up there when it comes to with the school board, then we can open the schools back up to how they used to be. Because when I was in school, we didn't leave school when the bus left. We left when band practice was over, football practice was over, clubs are over and stuff like that. And I think the way schools are built now, we're avoiding that kind of avenue. We're avoiding that kind of environment. And all they're trying to do is, being honest with you, Charlie, politically speaking, they're trying to keep minorities out of schools on the other side of town, and they're trying to keep it what's conducive. And what you'll start to see is, at 10 years after they start doing these systems, where the books don't change in the minority communities and the books are constantly changing, or they have more advanced technology in certain environments and not advanced technology in other environments. The Allens is a prime example. The Allens, you can go to Coastal Middle School here, Allen High School here, and Marsh Point right here. They're all within a walking environment. The only other elementary school is Tybee Allen, which is on Tybee Allen, and it's helping those parents on Tybee Allen because they don't have to leave the island.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and this is the thing I'm concerned with, and that's why we need new eyes. We need Robert. We need Dr. Torrey. We need Jay Jones. We need new leadership to go down there and give it the right direction. And this is one of the things the voters got to hear. We can't just talk about it. We got to vote the right people in, because the people who we send supposed to run the school board. Although you hire a superintendent, she do the curriculum or whatever she bring, but you guys, the people on the board, run the superintendent, she run the school.
Well, Charlie, and I know what you're going to say, RG. Charlie, the school system right now, 38,000 kids in the school system right now. Majority African-American, majority male over female. How many board members are African-American male right now at this time?
I don't think it's none.
I don't think it's one.
Zero. Ask me the last time we had an African-American male on the school board.
2 terms.
I think Floyd Adams or Mickey Stevens, they was running, and Mickey Stevens resigned and ran for representative 165th.
Correct. So we're talking about more than 10 years, no African-American male presence on that board. And guess what?
I don't think that's anybody been running. Have
That's the
somebody
problem.
running? I don't know.
But Charlie,
Yeah.
I say this to you all the time, and me and Julius fuss about this all the time. If people don't get off their tail and run, then we can't complain.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Hold on. What my good friend Ramona Drayton Jackson said? She said the entire machine needs to be replaced. What machine? Because you know my wife on there, right?
Oh Lord, ain't going out. But let me get y'all's perspective on this. How it was told to me.
I'm gonna see if my mute button work. My
Feedback
mute
on
button
this.
work.
That the board sets the vision for the superintendent to
Correct.
implement. What's your perspective on that?
What was that question again?
The board sets the vision, the pathway for the superintendent to implement.
As the only prior elected official on this board until January of 2022, that is, when we have a new elected official on this platform. If you don't understand the science was presented to you, you're going to vote blindly to what the superintendent says. When I say that, when I talk to people, and Tanya is if the board means I've saw, Tanya is the only one who kind of divvies away from the questions. That's why they're trying to find people to run against Tanya. They're looking at the angles to make sure Tanya don't get back in there, because Tanya is asking those questions that traditionally aren't asked. Traditionally, what happens, RG, is like this. Here's the playbook that we want you to do. The superintendent is going to follow the rules, and she already has it. And all we need you to do is pull that rubber stamp that we just gave you, and just rubber stamp all this stuff that we want to put out there. And
That's
so
correct.
And so when you got that going on, guess what? We don't talk about the biggest thing that hurts the black community, the dropout rate. We don't talk about it because guess what? If we start talking about the dropout rate, then we will be on high alert, understanding how the dropout rate feeds into the criminal rate. How the dropout rate feeds into the unemployment rate. How the dropout rate feeds into everything else.
And we don't talk about the private public school on Washington Avenue. And that's what we need to talk about. Places like that. That's a private public school.
On Washington Ave? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they're getting funded?
Are you talking about the school that in 1988, 1999, they said it needed to be condemned and closed down because it was not inhabitable for people to be able to do what they need to do. Then 2 years later, all they did was some minor construction, so put some paint and everything like that, and then they said the school was open back for business.
Yes.
Are you talking about that school?
And Jay,
the old Savannah High.
Jay, Robert, and what y'all think the population is? Huh? 75% and 25. Do I need to say any more?
I used to argue and fuss about that, but I'm just glad and happy to have my child in a good school. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's good.
I don't talk school stuff on here. Yeah.
You're getting out of there. Yeah. By the end of the day, we don't. You either be private or public.
But again, gentlemen, Jay said it. Robert, we telling you, run, Robert, run. Put new eyes on it, new leadership, new direction, brother. I'm for that. Okay, don't take my tax dollars and tell me what you want to tell me. I need my representative to do what I need to be done.
And Ramona just put it, and you just posted it. The students have to audition and apply for that school. Yes, that is correct. They have to audition and apply for that school. But the disciplinary situation is higher in that school. And I'm gonna say this to those people who are Woodville Tompkins graduates, or say they tied to that Woodville Tompkins situation, they have a higher rating too. So I'm not going to just pick on Savannah Arts Academy. That Woodville Tompkins, the place that tied to Tompkins, those graduates of Tompkins, he can rub his ear, he can rub his head, he can do everything he wants. Woodville Tompkins lives by the same principles as Savannah Arts Academy, and they have the right to put out students a lot faster than the regular high schools within our community. I want to make sure that's put on the record too.
Well,
Julius,
see,
I ain't never invited to Tompkins anyway, so I can say that.
If y'all were all like Windsor Forest, we wouldn't have all these issues.
Is Windsor Forest a real school?
It is.
Don't come for us now.
Don't
come for us now. We used to be. Look, we used to be academically strong. I don't know now, but hey.
The problem is the population of Windsor Forest has changed, and that changed the population of Windsor Forest.
In defense of Tompkins, I believe that it was said somewhere. I was in a meeting, a town hall meeting with the school board at Scott Middle School, which is Lower Tompkins, or Lower Woodville, Tompkins, and they said something about somebody challenged them that it was supposed to be students from the neighborhood also getting access to going to the school, but none of them were ever given it. So I don't know what the deal was or what the agreement was when they first opened the school back up, and they said that some of the kids from the school would get first dibs at going there, but we still haven't seen it. I don't know what the deal is.
Maybe that's a pillow talk conversation.
Well, who's talking? I don't know.
Julius knew what I meant. Julius knew what I meant when I said that. He saw it. He knew what I meant.
I said it moment.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, I'm going to tell this lady right here, I'm going to block my face with this right here. I'm going to tell you, I done told you, you cannot put these long comments up. You see how it's blocking me and Sandra's face?
Don't do Miss
You
Cut
got to
like
do
that.
a little bit at a time. Now, she said, I can truly say it's a good thing that we have
Boy,
ATR.
she giving you kudos and you giving her hell. Boy, I tell you.
That's my sister. Because I know for myself that I would not know anything about what's going on in the city. This is the first time I care about knowing what's going on. So I can say God gave my brother a real vision for Savannah. We have learned a lot of knowledge and understanding. So social media is the news. We appreciate that. That's my baby sister.
And thank you. Tell your sister to send Charlie Brown some money at P.O. Box 1804 3142. And this money will be applied towards more information that I'm going to pay for.
Now one thing I do want to plug is, since we're on the subject of schools, one thing I do want to plug that we really need to do in African American, brown, and black communities is we need to get involved in PTAs.
Yeah.
Because PTAs are the backbone of leadership, and PTAs hold leadership in those schools accountable. And a lot of times when I go to African American neighborhoods or African American schools, the PTA are not being done. And my thing is, if you can't be in it, then ask your parent to be in it, your grandparent or somebody who does have time that can be in it. And it's easy. All you got to do is pay your membership to the PTA and become a PTA member. Right now in Chatham County, we don't have a PTA leadership. Bet y'all didn't know that. We had an election for PTA leadership as far as Chatham County is concerned. The only position we have right now is the treasurer position.
Wow.
Okay. So the president, vice president, the secretary, all those positions are vacant positions on the PTA level for Chatham County. Once again, Chatham County is a minority-driven county, and we have to make sure we are part of the system. And that's what we lose at. When you go to the Islands PTA, they collaborate together. They keep about $90,000 in that bank account, and they spend it faithfully every year, and they re-up every year. And that's why they have a lot of amenable sources out there. Now, black communities, we can't raise $90,000, but we can raise awareness. We can raise understanding. We can raise a voice.
We can raise $90,000 if folk would stop applying their money to the PlayStation 5s and
Chandra, that's a conversation for another day.
Right. One of the things that's one of the things.
No, you're right though, Sandra, but that's a conversation for another day.
One of the things I was mentioning, we can elect school board people, but the parents got to step up to the plate, get involved, be involved. And that's one of the things I was saying. And Ivan Coyne is one of the smartest people in this community. He just put, they need to set up a GoFund page for Charlie Brown. This man should be.
And I don't agree. So what I'll do is, Charlie Brown, I'll set a GoFundMe account up for you, and I'll put my account as the account the money's going to be drafted to.
That's even smarter.
You know what I say? When people fail, they fail for two reasons: lack of information and lack of education. Not to do what Jay just said.
Ramona, I want to tell you something. Ramona said that I'm a descendant of Sophronia Tompkins High via my mom. Bulldog for life is her blood, though. We're not gonna hold the bulldog part from against you, but if your mom was a Wolverine, then you are a Wolverine also. Just wanted to let you know. It's passed down. It's passed down through the bloodline.
I got a cousin named Chester Ellis. He a Wolverine. Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Now.
Yeah, I didn't know you were related to Chester Ellis. Julius is related to Chester Ellis.
Chester Ellis, your cousin too?
Oh,
yeah.
God. Don't go down this path, bro.
Nah. They all grew up together. Chester Ellis and his brothers and sisters grew up with my mama and her sisters and brothers.
Okay.
With Ramona? With Ramona?
My mother grew up with Chester Ellis. They all grew up together.
Oh, okay.
They all grew up in the same community. They all backdoor neighbors.
Oh, so y'all cousin-in-laws.
Okay. Yeah, we cousin-in-law. We ain't full blood kin like somebody on this show.
Okay, that's my cousin.
Julius, you don't think we need to move on a little bit now?
Yeah.
We sort of stuck in the...
Ramona said Savannah went from 8 high schools to 12. Why?
Because Savannah went from what 90,000 people to 170,000 people in Savannah and 300,000 people in the county.
300. I thought was 341,000.
It hasn't been official. It's not the official numbers. The last official numbers was 290,000 people.
Okay,
and they estimated to be about 300, between 320 and 340.
Thank you, sir.
And the
Julius, is another subject we can go to on the agenda.
Yeah, because y'all hijacked this one.
But since we have y'all, let's talk about this mask mandate. Everybody go.
Let me go down. And the alderwoman said it last Saturday. What disturbed me, I'm not against it. What disturbed me is, at what point does leadership, and I'm not going to call names, but at what point do you realize that you've got to involve your team when you make these decisions? Because if you don't, you continue to look like Hitler. Yeah. And I ain't going to call no names because, Jay, you're not going to come for me because you already did.
Yeah.
But that is my only issue. Like, this is not, and honestly, I'm going to say this, and this I said at the moment. Can you do something beyond the damn mask?
Well,
the mask mandate, Jay got his on. You can take it off, Jay, because they're not going to enforce it any damn way.
Nope.
I think it's just a plot and ploy, just to make sure you play in the politics, and then gives you another 6-7 months to be able to talk about the mask.
That's it.
That's my personal opinion.
You're right, and it give him a platform. Exactly.
That Jimmy J, he don't damn play.
Right.
Jimmy J
and the thing is, watch this. The same people who were wearing the mask before the mask day are going to wear the mask. The same people that weren't wearing the mask are definitely not going to wear the mask now that you put a mandate. Right. But it's it's CYA. Cover your tail. Cover your ass. And that's pretty much what it is.
Get your vaccine. And I don't feel like we should be the people that have gotten their vaccine, that have been wearing masks all this time, should have to go back to wearing masks just because of the people that won't get their damn vaccine. Because
now my theory on that is this, McKeithen. My theory is this. I think what they did was they pushed that whole get vaccinated, and then they said you ain't got to wear the mask. That was a plot and ploy. We should have never said get vaccinated and not wear a mask, because when they said that, what they were trying to do was, if you get vaccinated, then you ain't got to wear a mask. And they was trying to push the issue. And they should have never did that. It shouldn't have been a campaign to do that. It should just say get vaccinated and be done.
Yeah. Because I stopped wearing my mask back in May, for the most part of it.
Are you kidding me? I thought you had on your mask now. You talking about the regular mask. Oh, I apologize.
But I stopped wearing it back in May. But now they're saying, go back to wearing your mask.
Like the Georgia Southern
because of the people that's not vaccinated. Well, hell, why should I have to look out for your damn health if you're not going to look out for your own damn health?
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, Chandra, we should be wanting to be vaccinated or not wanting to be vaccinated. Whatever your employee is, you should want to be vaccinated just because you want to do better for yourself.
Exactly.
And you should be living, with me, Charlie. You know how much I used to be all out in the world. I don't be out in the world like that no more.
No.
Because there's some crazy folk out there who ain't vaccinated.
Yep. And that's acting as if they are, just out and about, coughing on folk, doing shit as if
doing what?
You going on there?
Sean,
you can use another word. You can use doo-doo.
You know what?
Doo-doo.
First of all, I'm not a damn child. But, they just out and about as if COVID went away.
River Street and Chandra.
Yeah. As if COVID just went away. And then when they wind up in Memorial Medical Center or on a ventilator, then they want to get on damn CNN and talk about...
We're going to call Adams then.
Chandra, you in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Chandra, in Houston, they were selling the vaccination cards for $10 on the corner.
Oh, yeah, I know.
My line brother told me they were selling for $10 on the corner, the vaccination cards.
But they stupid.
And live and in living color.
Because the vaccination card is not going to save your life.
I agree.
It's the vaccination itself that's going to minimize you from being so sick if you catch it. So I didn't get it at all. I really didn't get it at all.
It's just like my child. My child says, Johanna says, I said, Johanna, did you eat? Yeah, Daddy, I ate. Now, I looked at everything in the kitchen, see he ain't picked up not one thing, but he said he eat. Now, later on, he going to be hungry because guess what? He told me he ate, but guess what? In reality, he didn't. He was just appeasing my conversation. And that's what a lot of people are doing with the vaccination card. Oh, I got the card. I got to do it. And so if you go to events now, being honest with you, if you go to events now, they don't care if you vaccinated card or not. What they want now is the rapid response test. See, and they haven't put that issue out there yet. See, it ain't about vaccinated or not vaccinated no more. It's about rapid response test now. Because they can test you and 15 minutes later, give you the results. And that's what we're heading toward. Well, as far as that's concerned.
I got my opinion. I'll be perfectly honest with you. If I wasn't a part of this show I will look at. I am so impressed with this show. I don't know what to do. I'm so excited. Y'all guys continue to spill out this information, and I can't catch nothing over the airway. Thank you so much.
And just in case you didn't know, that was Charlie Brown, and I have set up a GoFundMe account to come directly to me so I can siphon it and give him what I want him to have. Thank y'all for y'all participation.
Y'all see what Sherelle says, right? She said, in your opinion, should a non-vaccinated person receive medical treatment if they contract?
Hell no.
COVID?
If they got insurance, you can say hell no all you want. If they got insurance, they're gonna get that treatment.
I have friends that are nurses, and they don't have as much compassion anymore now that the vaccination is available. They don't have as much compassion as they did before the vaccination was available, because they're like, well, if you didn't care enough about yourself to get the vaccination, Now you showing up in our emergency room and in our ICU. Why the hell should we give a damn?
Yeah, but you said that. But being honest with you, people who have been vaccinated are getting COVID too. Now it's not a strong big number.
They're not getting on ventilators. They're not.
I'm not disputing that.
Up in ICU. They're not showing up in emergency rooms.
Well, some of them are.
But some of them are going to the hospital. Some of them are in the hospital. Small percentage.
Some are even dying that had the shot. Small percentage though. It's not. They say that would happen. Some people.
I know a family. I know a family right now. A family who I know got the COVID shot, and they all were in the hospital recently. The whole family, all four of them, were tied to the COVID shot.
Oh, they had.
No, they had COVID. I mean,
yeah.
They say they're training more COVID sniffing dogs. We need to get us a couple of them dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm right here. What you looking for?
You got it.
Cute dog. No, we need a coat.
You damn sure want to take the.
But I damn sure ain't taking that job of sniffing for COVID. I can tell you that now.
I have not shown.
You might sniff in the wrong place.
Right.
He got the card, but nobody asked him for it.
Not one time have I.
Not one time have I had to provide. Well, I was on two flame flight. I never had to show it. But you know what I have had to show? A rapid response test.
Well, give me another one. I'll give me another vaccine for that.
Oh man, I'm going to. I'll see y'all there. I'm going to Curtis. I'm gonna catch them before they close.
Right. Give me a second vaccine.
Charlie, you come. I'm gonna bring you with me though, Charlie. That's gonna be part of the donations from the GoFundMe account.
I don't want to speak to you no longer. you Benedict.
Hey. People fail for two reasons: lack of information, lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there, boss. Now you know I ain't gonna let you down because you the one who coined that saying.
All right.
My question is,
what is your question?
Now, Biden is about to announce that federal employees are going to have to either take the shot or consent
or find a job.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, or consent to testing every week. So now, if you were working for a company, because now over here in Houston, we have a hospital, United Methodist. They just fired over 100 people that would not take the COVID shot. And then these people, they went to court and they lost. So they lost their damn jobs. So would you, if you had to take this shot or lose your job, would you work for a company that said you had to take this shot?
I would. It's no difference in polio. You can't get in the school system unless you got the polio shot. You can't go in the school system. A kid right now, if they don't have all their shots, the first thing they ask me about Johannes, how's his shot? Is his shot record up to date? Those shots are no different from this COVID shot. The only difference between, as far as I'm concerned, is COVID right now is now, and all those other things we take shots for are prevention. And so my thing is, yes, I would.
But I thought that if your child was going to school and you were like anti-vax or whatever.
I mean, religion, there's about 4 or 5 clauses that can get you out of having to take the shot, of course. However, in most cases, I mean, my thing is I treat the COVID shot no different than the polio shot, the tetanus shot, the flu shot. And flu shot is not mandatory, but I wouldn't treat it no different because one thing is we thought we figured out COVID, and guess what? It morphed on us. Yeah. The Delta variant came. And so we don't understand it. So my thing is any kind of Okay, to back. Okay, here's a question back to you. Will you send your kid to a school that doesn't have the vaccine shot prevalent in that area?
Hell no, because
so it's the same. It's the same conversation though, Chandra.
No. I mean, now me, I'm not going to go into. I mean, I'm not even going to work at this point, y'all. I mean, I stay home, you know, and I have my shot. So I feel like every company should, you know, require that. Oh, he's so cute.
He want to show his little girly dog. Go ahead, we going.
Look, Daddy, come here and get you by that dog.
Every company should, you know, require, you know, it's especially the school system. I think that the school system should require that the teachers be, you know, have vaccines.
Now, you know, Chatham County already put the mandate where all Chatham County employees have to have the mask on. I don't know if they're gonna go to vaccination, but they have to have the mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before we move on to the next subject, the last thing on this subject is the states with the lowest rate of vaccinations. And somebody was at 10%. I forgot what state it was. 10%. 10%. If they start falling over in that state, I would advise y'all not to go there. Yeah, I wouldn't even advise you to go there before they start falling over.
It was Mississippi, Julius.
Well, shit, Mississippi is backwards anyway. I wouldn't go to Mississippi on a regular day. You know, without the vaccine, without anything going on, Mississippi is backwards.
Well, Georgia has 10 counties, I believe, that are on that top non-vaccinated that's tied to the Delta variant. There's 10 counties in Georgia right now that's on that high rate of refusal as far as the Delta variant is concerned, tied to the Delta variant. As far as contact with Delta variant.
Counties you told them people to stay out of?
Yep.
Yep. But you know what? This thing is so political. I bet you they are more than 60% Republican.
That's what Jay told the people. Jay told the guy, Jay said, don't even waste your time going here. And that's the 10 counties. Yeah. It's political. Yeah.
Well, tell me this.
I can tell you 5 of those counties. I don't know the counties, but I know 5 of those counties are pushing 60 plus Republican Democrat.
Is Effingham one of those counties?
Yeah.
Because you know they solid red.
Yeah. I mean, if a county is more than 50% Republican, 9 times out of 10, you know, they're not being vaccinated, you know. I mean, just like Galveston over here, you know.
I was in one of the counties. I'm not gonna say the county. I was in one of the counties.
I know.
And watch this, Chandra. Social media has gotten so great that I ate at the McDonald's and I posted it, right? 2 days later, I got the COVID alert from Facebook saying you've been in the area. There's been a high rate as far as COVID, the Delta variant. I'm like, well, dang, social media, because I posted. I said I ain't posting nothing else on Facebook. They all tracking me like that.
I know where you were, and that's a deep red. That's another one.
Who?
I know where you were. That's another kind. That's
yeah.
You know your brother told on you down there. Your brother.
No, that's not that not that one. The other county I went to. Not that county wasn't one. It was another county I went to.
I'll never forget. I went down there and campaign. I said, "What the hell?"
I'm so glad.
Ain't no Democrats down here. What I'm here for?
RG, I'm so glad I'm raising this GoFundMe account money because just in case I need to go to the doctor, I got money to take care of these bills.
No, it's for me.
And I would have thought that Louisiana, you know, like places like New Orleans would be more, you know, they would be being more vaccinated, but no. I mean, because of all of the deaths that they had at the beginning of it.
They don't trust the government. That's it. They don't trust the government.
Y'all know how red Alabama is. I'm not talking about the Alabama Crimson Tide, but y'all know how red Alabama. Alabama is the number one as far as not being COVID vaccinated. And it's getting ready to come up in here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go right there.
Man, please.
And Georgia is ranked 45.
Wow.
I'm sure Florida's somewhere in there too.
But Florida's about to change their narrative. DeSantis is changing that conversation. DeSantis wants his folk to get vaccinated now. I'm like,
well, you know, a lot of the Republicans are changing their tune. You know, I don't know why they're changing their tune lately. You know, I mean, when you have people on Fox News talking about, yeah, you need to get your vaccination, even when they were, you know, just 2 months ago saying, no, don't let the don't let Biden tell you what to do. You know?
Chandra, it's election season coming right around the corner.
Okay.
And what the biggest problem, my concern with life, but my concern with my black people, I'm running into black people every day. They're not taking the shot. They have reasons. They spiritual beliefs. I talked to a young lady in Wendy's. I said, have you had your shot yet? And I say, the Delta variant is dangerous. She said, I'm not taking that hot mess. You know, they're putting chips in people. And I'm saying, ma'am, it's okay. But if you go, I say, if you're going to not take the shot, please listen to this PSA from Charlie Brown. Please wear a mask in the house, around the house, and when you go out, protect yourself and your family. Please. That's all I'm asking.
And once again, this is Jay Jones on behalf of the GoFundMe account for Charlie Brown. You heard his words, you heard his message. Let's go out there and support him by hitting him up on his GoFundMe account. Thank you.
Look here. I'm telling you now, I was skeptical myself, but to live in this house here, that man said you going to take every day. I wake up. You took the thing yet? I said, I'm just gonna take the damn shot. You know what?
Yeah,
right.
I was never skeptical. I was never ever skeptical because I just felt like, first of all, if all of these white people are standing in line trying to get something, I'm gonna be in line right between them because they're not gonna change out these vows just for me. You know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what the skepticism comes from for some folks. You got to look at history. So you have the Tuskegee syphilis experiment. Then you got to go back to Katrina when the government. Those are 2 times when the government failed our people. Yeah. And if you are entrenched and you understand what really went on in both situations, you're like, nah, I ain't about to believe you this time. It's only going to be so many times that you're going to pull the wool over folks' head.
But Doc, you got to understand this. We've never been in a situation where the whole financial system has shut down in the United States. They're trying to get us back to work, you know, so they will do anything to try to get us back to work. They're trying to make us healthy to get us back to work. Because for a whole year, nobody's been really working. The government's been supporting.
But guess what? You got to think about it in their perspective, though. If I'm dead, I can't work no way.
Well, yeah, but
you know,
somebody got to clean these damn hotel rooms.
Ain't nobody going nowhere. Y'all messy. I see these comments. Y'all so messy as hell tonight. Y'all messy as hell.
I done put myself on mute. I knew I don't want to put myself on mute.
Yeah,
we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. We need to, but in all seriousness, you know, some people really thinking that logic that, you know, what's more important, me making a check or me living?
So with that being said, divvy out that conversation. I think Chandra makes a great point. Okay, people ain't going to work. All right, what's it going to take to get the industry to get people to go back to work?
Exactly. So that's the reason why they put billions and billions of dollars into these scientists trying to, you know, get this medication for people to take. Because when you have everything shut down, I'm talking about the economy shut down from.
Oh, my favorite too. But Chandra, to your point, and we'll move on. Chandra,
Jimmy J can't go nowhere.
What should have been done different though is the rollout. So you should have had the LeBron James. The people that folks respond to should have been in the should have been the face of this movement. And that's what I think kind of was messed up.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, Brian, is perfect, because what we have done is we've allowed society to hijack politics. And what politics really is now is the LeBron James or Boston Celtics or the Lakers or Dallas Cowboys or whatever. That has become the relatable topic that we vote on, like the singing with the stars. Those are relatable topics we have put above voting and all that stuff like that.
The rapper, the baby got more press than this COVID did in the last 2 days. The baby, when I said some bullshit, that's got more press than COVID has in the last 24 hours.
I say it all the time, Chandra. If you really want to get people to show up, put a rapper out there. They'll show up for a rapper. But if I say, I want to show you how you can become an entrepreneur and make your own money and make your own way, just show up. It don't cost you nothing. I can't get 10 people. Because what they're getting, or you should have told us 2 weeks ago. You should have told us a month ago. But if I tell you right now, if I make the announcement that this GoFundMe account that I got for Charlie Brown right now is going to bring Baby the Rapper here to Savannah, Georgia tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, I have a crowd of about 2,000 or 3,000 people out there.
That's just a reality. I'm putting a disclaimer on that GoFund count. Scratch it. It's not to be used for that. I will be on next week. Jay Jones will not be on this show. And we need to go to the weeping time, Jimmy.
Yeah, you can follow it towards.
I know who sends the link out. I know who sends the link out.
Exactly.
All right, the Fairgrounds.
The Fairgrounds. Who got the best?
Come back, Jimmy J.
Jimmy J, you cannot keep going nowhere. Jay Jones can leave, but Jimmy J can't leave from Congress.
So the proposals were presented.
Something going on with my sound, y'all. I gotta hang up.
We hear you well. Johanna, don't help your daddy out.
We hear you very well, Jimmy.
So the proposals were presented.
Correct.
Now, what happens next? Who saw them? I personally didn't see them. I do know what they are. Go ahead.
I saw all 3 of them.
You did?
I saw all 3 of them. I went to the meeting. I saw all 3 of them. I mean,
I saw them presented on live on the city channel.
I was present. I did the full walkthrough, talked to everybody, everything, understand.
In your opinion, what 3 was the best?
And Charlie Brown, before I give my opinion, I'm gonna pause myself.
You're so messy.
Did y'all hear what I said?
No, we didn't.
I'll say it again. Did y'all hear me? Did you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Let me ask this question. Which one will have the most economic impact for the 5th District? Without
you got to look at it from different components. One of the presentation actually had a hotel, and the understanding when you put a hotel right there.
No.
Listen, you asked me a question, and can I finish?
Yeah, but that's enough.
Can I finish? Can I finish? I mean, how I understand politics. When you put an entrepreneurship or a business in the middle of a neighborhood, what starts to happen is you start changing all the mechanics around that. And what will happen to Tatumville is Tatumville will be gentrified out, not by people. It'll be gentrified by economics.
That's right.
And there ain't enough money I can make in that GoFundMe account to save the Tatumville area. There's nothing I can do.
Gotcha.
Who was gonna do that one?
What you say now?
No.
Who was going to do the?
No, I'm just giving you the first one, and then on top of that, guess what? Chandra, I asked it 3 times. I said, well, these fields look like soccer fields. He said, oh yeah, this is for tourism. This is for visiting. I said, well, I mean, I understand that, but these are soccer fields. I said, this community is black. Well, it's really for tourism. I said, the community.
Really don't know.
I I don't live here, but the community here ain't gonna hear that mess right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that now.
The
Not on my watch.
Gabrowski group.
That was that group. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The worst one.
Oh, okay.
That was that group. And then they say, this other thing is
feel the gentrification in that shit. But go ahead.
And then the second group, I didn't see Craig's presentation. I thought Craig's presentation was a previous presentation. From what I was told, it was only 2 presentations. It was Benny Pelote's and Denise, the group Denise was with. Benny Pelote's wanted to do some housing in it. I just didn't feel. Be honest with you, I didn't feel neither one of them worked our situation. I think what we need to put in there. Craig did a great presentation as far as doing the movie theater there. And what that would do is, because the movie theater can be tied into somewhat what residential will be involved in, it wouldn't cause as much harm. Now, that I didn't see that presentation, so I can't say that.
His was by far the best. First, they had Pelote came up, and I liked it. Then they had the group with Grabowski them, their group. Their plan was total trash. I'm talking about total trash. It had nothing to do with the community at all. It was to bring somebody else in to enjoy that fairgrounds, and these people would not benefit whatsoever. And then Craig them came on and I thought their presentation was better than Benny Pelote's on.
Now, I will tell you out of disclosure, if a hotel, if that plan gets approved, if a hotel goes there, they will be tied to the JW Marriott. I put $100 on that right now. If a hotel gets approved
there, I'm going to run for mayor.
Yeah.
You see what I just said? Approve a hotel and see what happens.
Well, somebody else needs to run for mayor anyway. But
no, because at the end of the day,
is that a topic today? I need to log off.
No,
it is.
Not, but this is the thing. Okay. People, a New Yorker, this is a shout out. A New Yorker who wouldn't understand and who approves SCAD to keep coming over in this area. These are historically black areas. Until you understand the value and why these people are over here, because the Southside folks wouldn't let them live over there.
Exactly.
Folks from New York wouldn't understand that.
And that's what I heard. Everybody keeps telling me Craig's presentation is better for us. I know that's someone Betty Jones just put that out there. I can have what I did was I played what was available, because what I wanted to do was be a regular citizen who walked in there and saw what was presented. And Craig was there, but he was presenting on the backside on, I guess, he was tied into some other kind of piece as far as presentation was concerned. But the 2 main presentations, I mean, personally, I didn't like neither one of them, but I will hope that another idea was out there. And after this call, I'm gonna call Craig and ask Craig, can I get a shot at what his
the original idea made more sense. And I'm gonna tell you why. When I go to Atlanta, if you go to Atlanta, you see where Tyler Perry Studios is tucked well with the East Point community. It makes sense. You have an economic driver and you have participation in that community. Why not put those doggone film studios as the original plan was? Whatever happened with that? That doesn't hurt the community. It doesn't drive gentrification. It helps.
But it hurts sad. It hurts SCAD.
Exactly. That's what I said.
You losing a lot of choice words tonight, boy.
Because
you better slow it down. Charlie on this thing, man. I'm trying to get GoFundMe money. You can't use them kind of words like that.
I care more about these people than I care about them.
He's speaking for me.
But you know what Robert's saying?
Hey,
Robert was.
I told you. I didn't get. I told you, Mom and Daddy's children don't have their compassion. I don't have their compassion.
Robert was absolutely right. A New Yorker is not caring about this city at all. He got to go, period, with his quest for whatever. Because
you know what, though, Charlie?
Going into black neighborhoods, like Robert say, and someone needed to say, he said it, and I'm glad you got the big basketballs, brother, to do it with.
And this once again,
nobody else. They talk around Van. Julius talk around Van, but others don't. This man got big old basketballs, and he is right.
Yeah.
And this is Jay Jones once again putting a disclaimer out there for the GoFundMe account for Charlie Brown, because we need to make sure more voices are speaking about knowledge and information. Just like RG just said, he got the kahunas to do what's right. And because he spoke up with the kahunas of basketballs, you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we support Charlie Brown. Thank you. GoFundMe, Charlie Brown.
But on the serious side, someone needed to speak up. And that's what weeping time is about. When Dr. Leonard Smalls say, if Eddie DeLoach was mayor, we wouldn't have been having what been having over in weeping time off Augusta Avenue. That's sad. Right.
Yep. But also, if Eddie DeLoach was mayor,
no, I don't care about the rest of it. I don't care about the rest of it.
Debashi would be getting that damn
you back down to Ware County.
Denise would be getting that contract right now though. Because
again, I don't care about the rest of it. But Dr. Leonard Smalls, when Dr. Leonard Smalls simply said that, it went through me. And it's sad we got a majority black city council and they got the Confederate.
Johanna, come get your balls.
We got a Confederate monument in the middle of the Forsyth Park, and they want to go over on Augusta Avenue. That is sad.
You don't need kahunas like this. You need kahunas like this.
That's correct. That's right.
You see how it take the whole screen up? You can't even see my face no more. Charlie Brown, GoFundMe account.
What a set of basketball this man
has.
I will support your candidacy in the 5th district. I guarantee you, sir, you gonna be a major game changer.
You better tell him, Charlie Brown.
I can't stand Jay Jones tonight.
They say Charlie Brown done turned reverend on us tonight. He preaching a sermon.
That's correct.
And I'm the deacon collecting, so hit that money to the GoFundMe account.
No, listen, people. Jay Jones having need to see a clinical psychologist. There's something wrong with him.
I'm having fun, Charlie. Charlie, what I learned long time ago, you say information and knowledge. What I learned long time ago, you got to add comedy to this thing. Because you know what? Comedy, they remember jokes and laughter. They don't remember seriousness. And that's the sad part about us as people.
Absolutely right.
If we don't have jokes and laughter, they going to say, well, Dan, Jay was talking about him having kahunas and he showed the balls, and they'll remember that, and there'll be a story they'll talk about for days to come.
No, Jay, I appreciate you.
And talk about going to work.
Jay, I appreciate you. No, I appreciate you.
Do it one more time, Julius. Holding the sign up, y'all.
That's correct.
Do it one more time, Julius. Holding the sign up, y'all. One more time, Julius. Hold the sign up, y'all. I'm sorry, Charlie.
I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna say it one more time. Dr. Leonard Smalls say if Eddie DeLoach was mayor, we wouldn't have been going through weeping time.
I'm gonna say it one more time. If Eddie DeLoach was mayor, half the things we've been dealing with the last 2 years, we wouldn't be dealing with.
That's correct. Look at that.
That's correct.
I'll take it a step further. Yeah. RG, me and you talked about this a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
That's true.
And watch this, Charlie. Since we want to be candid about it, the reason why Eddie DeLoach isn't mayor is because when they saw all that blackness was going on in that November, they said, man, we ain't about to put Eddie to the slaughter like that. Because you got to think about it, everybody on city council, except for exception of 6th district, was already fixed. Eddie DeLoach was going to have to be there with Keisha, Alicia, and all them other ones. The only seat that wasn't set was the 6th district. And they said, even in the 6th district, that won't even help Eddie DeLoach. So that's what a lot of them folk didn't come back to the polls, because they didn't want to set up Eddie DeLoach for failure. If you look at the campaign speech from Eddie DeLoach after November, he started saying all kind of crazy stuff to get people not to vote for him, as far as I'm concerned, because he knew it was a setup.
That young man is from Brooklyn, New York, don't have nothing for us in this community. I'm sorry.
That just
Some
absolutely.
The thing that bothers
some
me,
keep going on with my camera, y'all. Some
well,
keep going on with my.
I was talking to Reverend Smalls today, and I did not know Scan had bought. If you go from Montgomery, where that McDonald's is, all the way over to where the post office, almost around that corner, they have purchased.
Correct.
It's only a matter. And now think about this. Look at where that arena is, right on the edge of Carver Village. It don't take a rocket scientist, people, to realize what's going on. And as I was telling Carl, that I said, we don't start being serious about this, all of this will be wiped out soon. As a matter of fact, the 5th District folks have been getting phone calls about selling their houses. Now, where
Because
the hell that at?
because I'm Jimmy.
And no,
Because
I ain't done yet. But you live
put my
and you
mute.
represented Cloverdale, and you still live there.
Charlie
You got your
Brown.
own people out.
Charlie Brown, RG. Since y'all think that I'm scared and I ain't got this, I'm going to say this right here. 16 years, not one piece of policy has been progressive for African Americans in the 1st District. 16 years, not one piece of policy. And you can't say that you did not have a core group of aldermen to help you move the narrative, because most of those people up there were Democrats during that time. Most people up there were supposed to be tied to the same political structure you were. So guess what? You can't even say that. If you know 16 years their policy wasn't going, you put them in that. That's asinine. If you ain't been doing that when you was in the lower seat, what make you think you're gonna start doing that when you're in the high seat?
And I said that today. I said I don't know who the hell missed that one.
So Charlie, I did that for you, Charlie, because I don't want you saying I ain't got big kahunas.
That you should not give a person a promotion if they didn't do shit when they were in a lower seat. But somebody on this panel, I will not say their name, said, no, Chandra, you should give them a chance. But I said, no, you don't give a person a chance if they didn't perform when they were a worker. You don't.
They performed all right. They perform a knee job.
Yeah, you don't give them a promotion to a management or a directorship if they were, when they were a manager, they weren't showing anything. You know, I'm just saying.
As the campaign manager for Charlie Brown GoFundMe account, I am off the screen because I just wanted understood and known that she is not referring to me, and that's why I took my face off the screen. So it's clearly known that I don't want Charlie Brown GoFundMe account to be inhibited behind this conversation.
What's the initials?
It's the one that's running for mayor now.
Oh shit! Oh snap! I didn't mean to say that.
Somebody said mute Sonya.
Hallelujah. I know. I don't think you're telling the truth. I think Chandra's lying. I think she dreamed that one.
Somebody said mute Sandra.
I think so. She lying. You lying, Chandra.
Didn't you say Miss Cook was your sister? Even she agreeing with Chandra. Woo, God.
We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled.
Let us stray, ran them up.
Listen, all these people were coming against this man, and I changed all their minds. But they say that I had no role whatsoever. I've got the whole 1st District to vote for this man. And they were all up in arms coming against him. Now, I'm not proud of that in hindsight. I'm not. But that's what happened.
Now I'm gonna defend my brother Julius Hall in this comment right here. If we had quality candidates to step up and run, we wouldn't even be having this discussion.
We had
but watch this. But watch this. When we left with 1 and 2, and we have to make a decision, you have to swallow your spit. You got to hold your restroom break. Go in there and pick somebody and turn around and walk out. And that's what we were given. That's what we gave Savannah. I'm sorry. That's what we gave Savannah.
I
looked out for you, Julius. You owe me for that.
I appreciate it. I was on him so hard that recently I got 3 of his campaign people went and joined the page against me. 3 of them. They on the page.
They were already against you. They just joined the page.
Yeah, they hate us, but they don't. They got to understand that I count well, and they don't. They got to understand that I don't give a damn what they do. They got to understand that.
Yeah.
Come on over here. Shit.
Well,
I need this to work out.
All right, now we need to make sure we talk about the weeping time because I don't want to run out of time. We don't talk about the weeping time.
We about out of time, but we're gonna be 5 minutes over anyway. We're gonna talk about the weeping time. And I want everybody to come out tomorrow, 9 to 11. 9 to 11. I don't know where Jimmy J keep running to. 9 to 11. 9 to 11 in the morning. Y'all make sure you come on out in the morning. 9 to 11. The weeping time.
Look, I sure hope we see the fifth. I sure hope we see our 5th district representatives. There's a re-election coming.
Well, you don't see none of the people that needs to be there. You don't see none of the people that needs to be there.
RG.
I'm just saying.
The people who represent us feel that they can keep slapping us in the face. They can keep peeing on us and telling it's raining outside. They feel that they can keep doing this to us because guess what, RG? We still ain't showing up to the polls.
That's right.
Contrary to opinion, Georgia showed up to the polls better than normal, but Chatham County did not show up better than normal last year. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Straight up.
But you know what? RG? I'm still a registered voter. I still have my house right there in the 5th district. And if the 5th district representative does not want to do what they are supposed to do, I work from home. So I will work my ass right back to my house, right in that 5th district, and I will start running next week. How about that? See, because I've been wanting that 5th district seat and wanting to run in that 5th district seat since 2014. So keep playing.
She's coming, y'all. So just be aware that she is coming to and she's looking at it real hard. We don't know what's happening over there in the 5th. We don't know what's happening over there in the 5th. They say some strange things is going on.
Look, they're about to give
Weeping Time site debate. Weeping Time. Y'all come out and support 9 to 11 in the morning.
Show some solidarity. Come out tomorrow. Come out tomorrow. Please, we asking you. Please come in the morning from 9 to 11. Charlie Brown asking you.
If you live in Tatumville, Liberty City, Cloverdale, Carver Village, Tremont Park, get your butt out there.
Savannah need to come out and show support.
Homicide.
So I heard all the neighborhoods, and I heard Charlie Brown said Savannah. So that means I can stay right here in Pooling, and I ain't gotta go. That's what you're saying.
You by default got to be there.
It affects everyone who lives in Chatham County and surrounding areas.
Thank you. I'm making that a point to make sure we understand. It's not a Savannah issue. No. It's a people issue. It's correct. A historical people issue. It's a Black America issue. It's an American issue. It's an issue across the board.
When you got a Confederate monument in the middle of Forsyth Park, and you telling me we can't have a Weeping Time monument, sacred land over in Augusta Avenue, that's sad.
Well, Charlie Brown, not to go deep into that piece right there, and this is the topic for next week's show, y'all. For me to come back on this show next week, we need to start talking about how the 1st Congressional District plays a role in that conversation, because them Confederate flags and stuff like that is tied to federal monuments and federal dollars paid to all that. Don't block off now. Don't lock off now. Federal monuments, all that's tied to federal dollars. And guess what? If we had the right representation in that 1st Congressional District seat, we wouldn't be having this discussion, brother.
And who's
again, you're right. Again, people need to get out and vote. You can't talk about it. You got to be about it. You got to vote. Voting make a difference. Don't believe that crap when they say your vote don't matter. It does. Because if you can count, it adds up. So I'm asking you, the vote come out tomorrow, please, 9 o'clock in the morning, as many people as possible, to show them we are concerned. Please come out.
And as he has said, while you come out, make sure you also come and donate to the GoFundMe account for Charlie Brown. It will make a difference in this community. It will make a difference in this community. It will make a difference in the community. And a good portion of it will go to his good friend, Julius Hall's account. That way, Julius Hall will not say anything against what I'm saying, because that's how important this GoFundMe account is.
The GoFundMe account is for me. It's about me.
Stop being selfish, Charlie.
Listen, people,
I want to get some gin.
We missed 3 subjects. We're gonna talk about them. I don't know where Robert. We can incorporate them on Saturday, but I got a funeral to be to at 11 o'clock, so I'll be a little late to the show on Saturday. But if we can put in the police shooting and where's the videotape? The Enmart arena. We haven't talked about that, and the Atlanta spa killer. You know, is there 2 justice systems in this country? Because this may not kill 8 people. This is an open and shut case, but they still let him get a life sentence. They just try him and give him the death sentence. You know he did it. It was a hate crime. What the hell you letting him off so easy for?
Well, because he was going to spend half his life on damn death row. I mean, because that's how death row works.
Those are easy cases there. They should, the ones where they got absolute, unrefutable proof, you shouldn't be on death row no longer than 5 years. Hell, you're going to sentence me and leave me in agony for 20 damn years. Take me out now.
And Mel V said something, we need real progressive change. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Mel V. But people got to stop accepting what's been presented to us, and we got to step forward and make that real progressive change happen.
But you know what, Jay? You say this all the time, and it's true. We get amnesia tomorrow.
We don't get amnesia. No, we don't get amnesia. We get blacknesia. Continue.
Yeah. And we don't forget. I wonder how many people really remember that shooting a couple of weeks ago, and that videotape has yet to be shown. It don't take GBI that long to do all that. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
And watch this. And somebody gonna say, well, Jay shouldn't have said that. The reason why it's not shown is because you know what the video is gonna prove? 1 or 2 things. The person was shot in the back, which means what? They were fleeing and instead of pulling out the taser, they pulled out the gun. And I'm not against the police. I don't want nobody saying Jay Jones or Jimmy James said that we need to defund the police. I believe in police. I believe in them doing what's right. But I also understand the people have to trust the police to do what's right too.
That's right.
And if you want to gain our trust, you have to give us what we deserve to be the trust.
Yep. And it doesn't matter whether the police officer was white, black, Chinese, goddamn short, tall, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I told you he was black.
I can guarantee you this. Had this happened on the landings, this whole narrative will look a whole lot different.
Exactly.
Well, see,
if it happened on the landings, we wouldn't even be talking about this. Continue, Julius. I'm sorry.
These people will be. These people are counting on us not to protest. They're counting on us not to raise hell. See, but it's some things going against them now. We're finally waking up. 1, we see what's going on. 2, and 3. We have a platform where we keep everybody aware. We give the information to them. So this is their biggest problem. This is your biggest problem with getting elected. That's why they have sent Dave Simon out to Fort Wentworth to help these people who can't beat me. They've sent some of Van's cronies out here to help them who can't beat me. I don't care. They can bring the Russians with them. They still gonna lose.
Julius, they don't realize it's a new day and time, and we know how to play the tricks and games just like they do too, brother. That's all that matters.
You're right. But you know what? Going back to your thing with trust, Jay. This is the thing that made me really just question everything. When you want me to believe that an elderly man hung himself with a shoestring, how stupid do you think people are? This is why there's a mistrust and a I don't believe it moment, because ain't nobody, well, some people, but most people are not that stupid. And why would you play with folks' intelligence and then all of a sudden think we're supposed to believe that GBI has it under control? Bullshit.
Well, the first problem is this. The first problem is this, Robert. The first problem is this. Does the police force match the population? Problem number one.
Yeah.
Problem number one. Does the police force match the population? And that's a recruitment issue. And my thing is, guess what? I don't know if it does or doesn't, but I can probably assume that it doesn't, dealing with the lack of issues we have when it comes to crime and everything like that under the sun.
Well, we're about 10 minutes over. I had a long day. We went to Weeping Time this morning. Left Weeping Time. I came out and I hung signs for the next 3 hours. Me and my campaign manager, Councilman Thomas Bobby, who's the greatest campaign manager in the world. We hung signs on the roundabout right there on Highway 30 and Benton Boulevard. It's big old gigantic signs. Then I went
that big right there.
Then I had
Julian sound like this right now.
Yeah,
I'm tired. Yeah, I'm hungry. I want to go to bed.
11 o'clock.
RG, show him now.
I'm gonna have to mute y'all too.
Listen,
y'all just listen up. Listen, and then after I hung in the signs for 3 hours, I went to speak at the OAA over on Waters Avenue. That's why I was late getting back. On my way from speaking, I did a 10-minute speech there, talking to about 25 young kids. And then after that, I stopped by City Hall because they had a special call meeting. And then I'm back here on this show. Then I'm getting up 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm going back to the Weeping Time. So y'all meet me at the Weeping Time.
Did you when you went to City Hall, did you yell at the mayor? Because you know you open the door, you can yell right at the mayor.
Before we get away, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show tonight. Robert, Jimmy J, thank you. Sonia, as always, thank you so much. Julius, I want to say this, one of the key to all of it, the way we be treating it so bad in this community is one reason, and that reason is we got to work on our economics. When you got economics, you drive your own engine. Economics is the backbone, is the key. So I'm telling you, people, please listen to Jay. Get yourself together. Listen to
Jimmy J.
Business. Get a business started. Economics make a difference. Economics that can't push you around when you got economic. When you got your hand out, then they do you any way they want to do you. You need money to do what you need, and you need economic. When we do that, we're going to be better off.
And y'all heard Charlie Brown right there talk about economics.
And don't forget,
it's not a handout or a handout. Just go ahead and pay into that. Yes,
Jay,
sir.
Don't forget, Jay, the mind is like a parachute.
It
only works when it open. Keep what you need and let the rest go. Please keep this information tonight. Thank you.
I am speechless right now because you know what? That was going to be my part of my closing about the GoFundMe account for Charlie Brown. It's about economics, and we need to make sure we invest in the GoFundMe account because we want to make sure the economics grow so we can make sure we put leaders across this county to change the narrative tomorrow, today, and then for the future.
Thank you, guys. And again, thank you so much. Again, thank you for coming on tonight.
Love you, guys.
Melville, go to bed.
No, Mel V, share like you always do.
That's right.
Share, like.
Y'all meet me at the Weeping Time, 9 to 11 in the morning. Come hold a sign.
I'll see you in the morning.
Somebody record it so that go live somebody so that I can get on. You're live.
Chandra, they go live. They hold up signs. They do all that.
I said it. We'll go live.
Okay. All right. I'll see you there in the morning.
All right.
You want to say something, Robert? Or you want us to wait till Tuesday?
What's that?
You want us to wait till Tuesday, or you saying something now?
Well, for those, we'll do it early. Y'all ain't figured out the hint yet.
He is running.
All right.
He is running
I'm
for the
still gonna do the
school board
official
representative in the 5th
I'm still
district.
gonna do it Tuesday. But in the spirit of Mr. Mo, yes, I'm going to accept that baton of leadership for the 5th district. That is the plan.
Good.
Right.
And
So
guess what? You already got my support.
So
if the school board, Robert Bryant.
So Charlie Brown said that GoFundMe comes this way.
No. I'm running for the GoFundMe account charity director. I'm running for that. That's what I'm running for. The Charlie Brown GoFundMe account. I'm running for that right now. I got you, Charlie.
Want y'all to send all the GoFundMe to that gentleman, Julius Hall, and Robert Bryant. J. Jones, not a nickel.
Charlie, you got something you want to say to Sandra before we hang up?
Oh, Sonia, too, like me and you, okay?
I love you. Bye.
I love you
Oh,
too.
Good night, y'all. Good night.
Let it.